Hey everyone, I hope all of you guys are doing good and staying safe. In the previous video, we took a look at how to create VPC endpoint and we answered this particular question where the private subnet related resources were able to talk to an internet related AWS service without the use of an ad gateway, without the use of an internet gateway, but was able to talk to it through something called as a VPC endpoint where your entire traffic was private in nature. In this video, we are going to take a look at how do you do VPC peering between two VPCs where a resource in VPC1 would like to talk to a resource in VPC2, and how do you set that up from a network perspective. So I'm going to go ahead and exit from the screen and go back to the AWS console. I've already logged into the AWS console and I'm at the VPC dashboard. I have deleted my previous VPC. If you don't have clarity in terms of doing that, you can watch the delete VPC video where we have deleted the NAT gateway, released the elastic IP, and then deleted the VPC. So right now we are starting from scratch. I'm going to use the VPC wizard to create both of our VPCs. The first VPC is just going to have a public subnet. The second VPC is going to have a public and a private subnet. So let's go ahead and do that as part of this diagram that we have over here. Okay. So I'm at my VPC dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and click on launch VPC wizard. The first VPC is just going to have only a public subnet. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. I'm going to leave it as this address range for my VPC. I'm just going to call this as my VPC1. And the public subnet range, I'm going to leave it as a default. And I'm going to go through and place it in the AP Southeast 1 availability zone. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the subnet name to also reflect my VPC1. I'm going to go ahead and directly click on create VPC. So this VPC will only have a public subnet. So let's go ahead and create the second VPC, which has a public and a private subnet. So I'm going to go back to the VPC dashboard, go back to launching the VPC wizard, choose the VPC with public and private subnets. Now you guys should be really comfortable creating stuff through the VPC wizard. And you know that we would need an elastic IP for the NAT gateway before we do this, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So let's cancel and exit, go to elastic IP. Let's go ahead and allocate an elastic IP from the Amazon spool of IP addresses and click on allocate. We have an elastic IP right now. It's pretty cool. Now let's go back to the VPC dashboard, choose the launch VPC wizard, choose VPC with public and private subnets. And then let's go ahead and change this address so that it does not overlap with our previous VPC, 192.168.0.0/16. And the VPC, I'm going to name it as my VPC2. And the first subnet is going to be 192.168.0.0/24. And the availability zone is AP Southeast 1A. This is going to be the public subnet of my VPC2. And this is again going to be 192.168.1.0/24. And the availability zone is AP Southeast 1B. And I'm just again going to term it as my VPC2. The NAT gateway's elastic IP is going to be associated with a public connectivity. I'm going to go ahead and click on create VPC. So right now we have two VPCs with us, one VPC with just a public subnet and one VPC with a public and a private subnet. Then let's take a look at how do we peer both these VPCs and establish connectivity through the route tables. So I'll catch you in the next video when we do this.